I'm Tara.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Rita.
I'm Mariah.
And I'm Andrea, and our topic is jealousy. So jealousy is a complex mental state caused by real or false imaginary change in a way of perception of threat or terminating a valued partnership in favor of a real or imaginary rival. So there's jealousy and envy. The difference between the two of them is that envy is when you want what someone else has, and jealousy is when you're worried that someone will take what you have. So an example of envy is that like somebody envies another person's good luck, and then jealousy is when someone will feel jealous when someone smiles at like their girlfriend or something. So there are different types of jealousy. There's sibling jealousy, romantic relationship jealousy, workplace jealousy, abnormal jealousy, which is pathological and morbid, or social media jealousy.
Okay, so a big way of sibling jealousy is when it basically starts with parents, and which can be like if, and it also goes with age. So if a mother shows more affection towards the younger sibling because he or she is younger, then the older one will get jealous and feel mad or hate his own sibling. Or if the father, bonds more with the older one, then the younger one will feel left out and jealous and feel like the parents hate him. And then the same thing goes with like achievements, where basically if a child is getting good grades and getting awards, then the parents are obviously happier for that child and don't give any attention to the other sibling. And that also causes sibling rivalry and causes siblings to basically hate on each other and get angry with each other, and that's how basically sibling jealousy starts. So the way of overcoming sibling jealousy is it basically starts with the parents. The parents should basically treat their children equally. They should show affection the equal amounts, or even if one child is achieving good grades compared to the other one, still give the same affection and still show attention towards the other sibling, or else they basically feel like they're left out and they're unwanted and they shouldn't even try. And that's sibling jealousy.
Look what I need. I'm gonna go show mom.
Mom!
Are you okay? Watch, you're gonna get in trouble now.
Why weren't you watching your younger sister? You should know better. You're older. You should be telling her what to do.
Oh great, so she's your favorite and I get yelled at.
It's not about favorites.
Why am I getting yelled at for something she did wrong?
Because you should know better. You're older.
That makes no sense.
It does.
God, I hate you.
So in that skit, you can see how the older sibling felt jealousy towards the younger sibling because of the way that the parents show favoritism towards the younger sibling. Even though the older sibling didn't do anything, the younger sibling did, she got in trouble for something that she didn't do, so she feels like she's being mistreated by her parents.
So I had romantic jealousy, and romantic jealousy is something that can really break a relationship. There are 3 dimensions of romantic jealousy, which is either cognitive, emotional, or behavioral. Men and women in a relationship try to pursue jealousy in their partners by either talking about their past, flirting with other people, engaging in dating or sexual behaviors with other people. And the motives behind this is to see if your relationship is secure, or to strengthen it or enhance the sense of security in it. Some ways you can overcome romantic jealousy is just to have open communication. Don't be afraid to let your partner know how you're feeling. Don't make certain situations to get a reaction of your partner. Choose healthier ways to deal with your emotions and not to compare yourself to other people.
Okay, so there's social media jealousy, which could be like yourself being jealous of someone else, like social comparison, when you're on Instagram and you see all these people that go on vacation or get a new car, you compare your lives to theirs, or there's social media jealousy with your partner. So there's relationship jealousy when your partner is jealous of social media profiles or pictures you share or comments that people leave. People on social media have an online persona, which is a persona a persona to show others how their life is, but it's not really realistic. There are negative effects of selfies on romantic relationships, so the more selfies you take, the worse your relationship will be. And then there's research that Facebook is related to, can be a risk factor for perpetration of intimate partner violence in adolescents and young adults. And sharing images of oneself and getting likes, shares, and comments creates an online persona in that person's mind that creates an alternate reality. So ways of overcoming social media jealousy is to have a higher self-esteem, trust your partner, you can get off of social media and unplug, stop obsessing, have an open and honest relationship with your partner, and not to put everything online, keep your personal life and private life off of social media.
When experiencing jealousy, you may feel hurt, angry, betrayed, or resentful, which can lead to depression, sadness, or loneliness. Workplace jealousy derives from comparing the treatment of others in the workplace from your superiors, which could be your boss or your manager. It occurs as a result of promotions, raises, bonuses, projects, and other benefits. So if you see that your coworkers are getting a raise and maybe you're not, or bonuses or projects to work on, you may feel jealous and resent them that you're not getting those projects to work on and maybe not feel good enough. Favoritism from superiors can cause other employees to feel insecure and threatened. So you might feel like if you're not getting those raises or those projects to work on, that you're at risk of losing your job or something like that. It can create morale problems, not just with one employee, but your entire team, and it can just destroy teamwork and destroy careers. Overcoming workplace jealousy. Fair and ethical leadership in the workplace from superiors can help with workplace jealousy, discouraging a jealous environment, recognize it quickly and figure out a plan to diminish it, build a sense of shared purpose, and confront any jealous behavior. If you're the one feeling jealous, you should assess your feelings rather than letting it like sit inside you and like act childish or petty. And don't engage in vengeful behavior, like kind of try to cope with the way that you're feeling.
Okay, so possessive jealousy is when one partner does not allow the other to be in contact with another person. For instance, a partner with this jealousy might not allow the other to have friends of the opposite sex. Some that have this form of jealousy more extremely may even result to violence, limit the independence of their partner. Possessive jealousy also includes emotional, cognitive, and behavioral factors of jealousy. And a quote from the database that I found, it says, possessive jealousy can become pathological in the absence of a realistic relationship threat. When a threat is present, possessive jealousy may help eliminate it by evoking actions aimed at protecting the relationship. Anxious jealousy is also another pathological form of jealousy. It refers to when an individual premeditated their partner's possible infidelity. This then causes the individual to undergo anxiety, worry, distrust, and other forms of emotions. It also includes emotional, cognitive, and behavioral factors of jealousy. Contemplating about the possibility of one partner being unfaithful and feeling anxious and worried about this possibility has been seen as a characteristic of pathologically jealous individuals. Morbid jealousy, also known as Othello syndrome, is a disorder of communication of thought. It could be seen as delusions, depression, schizophrenia, personality disorder, or alcohol abuse. Almost 15% of patients with morbid jealousy are shown to have an organic condition. There's also delusions of infidelity. It's very common in older couples to have delusions of infidelity. Overcoming abnormal jealousy. You can do this by creating awareness among the medical professionals to better understand interventions, and some may reverse on their own. Antipsychotics and antidepressants could be prescribed by a doctor. Cognitive therapy with both partners present is also seen to help.
Good evening. What can I do for you?
Beautiful. I've never seen one in such good condition before. I mean, maybe in a magazine or a car show once. How many miles do you have on it?
I have no idea. It's my boyfriend's car.
Hey, would you mind terribly if I took a picture of this car? See, I've been wanting to restore one just like it.
I'm sure that's fine. Maybe ask my boyfriend.
Get your hands off of him! Now! Get in the car! Get in the car! I called the cops!
Don't. I don't even know who you are anymore.
I love you.
So we also have a video for you guys to watch, which will give you a better idea on what jealousy is.
Thanks.
It's that knot in your stomach. That mix of fear and anxiety that materializes when you feel threatened by someone prettier than you, smarter than you. It can cause you to do some pretty stupid sitcom level stuff just to regain control. Things that usually hurt other people too. You're probably familiar with this feeling. It's what Shakespeare called the green-eyed monster. Today, we're talking about jealousy. Here's the thing, kids. Jealousy is a distinctly first-person emotion. It almost always comes from a place of insecurity, which you ultimately project on others. The bottom line? Jealousy isn't about the other person. It's about you. Today on Wellcast, we're going to help you work through these insecurities so that your friends and your loved ones don't get caught in the crossfire. We'll give you 3 coping mechanisms to help you keep that jealousy from taking complete control of your life, ruining your relationships, and making you look totally stupid. I know you felt that vice-like grip of the green-eyed monster, because you're not alone. It happens to everyone. Studies show that children as young as 6 months grimace when their mothers interact with a dummy baby. It's pretty much the occupational hazard of belonging to the human race. We want to be loved, and we do not want to be ignored. Unfortunately, long after we've outgrown our diapers, we still become a little childlike when we're jealous. Jealousy tends to come with a specific set of blinders, and the more jealous we are, the less able we are to, let's say, empathize with others. For example, a study conducted by the researchers at the University of Delaware found that jealous people were more easily distracted and less able to perform simple memory games. So let's try to figure out how to get your jealousy issues under control. Take out your Wellcast journal. We've got a 3-step system for this, and it's simple. Acknowledge, communicate, and resolve. So the next time you're in a situation where you're experiencing those extreme jealous thoughts, go into a separate room, take out your Wellcast journal, and calm down. Step 1, acknowledge. Admit it. You're jealous, and you can't run from your feelings. But by addressing your jealousy head on, you can keep it from taking on epic, unrealistic proportions. Write down exactly what's making you jealous and why. Let's say you just found out that your two best friends didn't invite you to that movie that they caught last week. Get it out. My friends are hanging out without me. I'm scared they'll stop being my friend. It's okay to be a little dramatic. It's just your journal. Step 2, communicate. Now that all of your embarrassing thoughts are out on paper, go get the real story. Don't have an imaginary argument with your friends in your head. It's only going to make things worse. Tell them how you feel about what happened. Be vulnerable and apologize to them if you overreacted in any way, because you might have. Make it clear that you're expressing your feelings and not stating facts. Speak in I statements. I feel like you didn't want to hang out with me because you're tired of me. That's your insecurity. At a certain point, the only way to get over your jealousy is to stop thinking about yourself all the time and see someone else's point of view. Step 3, resolve. And this will be the hardest part for you because now you have to listen. Your friends might tell you that you're overreacting, and they might be right. We know you don't like horror movies, so we didn't think to invite you. Let's recap. That big, bad, green-eyed monster gets all of us sometimes. But today, we learned 3 ways to keep it at bay. By acknowledging your own insecurities, communicating with others, and ultimately listening.
So, in conclusion, jealousy comes in many different types of it. So we have romantic jealousy, which would be one of the most common jealousies that we see in the day-to-day, or if you just think about jealousy, you usually think about a couple and somebody getting jealous because he looked at some other girl a certain way, or it's many cases like that. We also have sibling jealousy.
I'm sure if you guys have siblings or, if you know of siblings, it's really easy to get jealous of one sibling or the other. It's a very common jealousy these days when one sibling does something and the other doesn't. You always have that feeling like, gee, I wish it was me, or damn, I think it's to be a part of that or something. So I feel like sibling jealousy is really common, especially when your parents obviously low-key have a favorite, but you obviously don't know.
So workplace jealousy is something that you also see in your everyday life. You might get jealous if you see that like someone got a raise or a promotion, or even just gets treated differently by your boss. Like anything that might make you feel like you're less than, or like feel threatened from your job, that you might get fired or anything like that.
Pathological and morbid jealousy is more rare and extreme cases of jealousy, and you most likely will need medical attention because it's psychological.
So social media jealousy is something that happens a lot more often today because everyone is on social media. You might feel jealous because of the way that people look on social media. Everyone edits their pictures, and like you see how their lives look so great, even though they're only posting the good times and not like what's actually going on behind the scenes. You also might feel jealous seeing that people get like more likes than you or have more followers than you, and it can happen like with both guys and girls, but I feel like with girls it happens a lot more because you see them with these body types and like everything else.